has to give. But I won't last a day without you. When there's no getting over that rainbow, when the smallest of dreams won't come true. Hey everybody, welcome to another Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. I am just trying to get things set up here, plug in my laptop so it doesn't die on me, and get our virtual fire going. There we go. So we are, got our virtual fire going. You can hear the crickets in the background. And hopefully next week we will actually be outside. I almost went outside this week, but I had some other things and clients going on today, which made it a little trickier to get down there in time, so I decided to wait. But I think next week we're actually going to be outside at the river, which is going to be amazing. So, welcome. Oh yeah, my name is Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we're going to be doing our sacred pipe ceremony. So I am going to set my phone down so that I can get everything set up here. I almost slept through our time. I was really tired. I did a soul retrieval, and then a friend of mine stopped by to visit, and then I had another Zoom session with a couple of clients, and so it's been a busy day, so I was kind of whacked out a little bit. So I took a quick nap before this, and I almost hit snooze one too many times, but we're all good now. I'm glad you're here. So you get to see me kind of a behind the scenes setting up my altar. Let's see, let me, when there's no getting over that rainbow, light a couple of candles so that you can see my pretty face a little bit easier. When the smallest of dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give. Alright, but I won't last a day without you. Alrighty. Put that one there. See, there I am. Alright. So, give me a minute here. There's not a lot of people on yet, so give people the chance to realize that we are live. And actually, if you're watching this in repeat, you're already here, but you're not here. So wait a minute. What the? Oh. Aha! I lost my white buffalo for a second. Really cool. Jumped out of the pack. So, all right. So if you're new here, wondering who the heck I am, what I'm doing, what we're going to be doing here, I am, like I said, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. I am also a pipe carrier, which we are going to be smoking tonight. One of the most sacred, if not the most sacred ceremony that I know of. And I started doing this. I've been a pipe carrier for 5-ish years or so. And just like being a shaman, it's kind of a vocation. It's something you're called to. So I had all the callings and the initiations and all that kind of stuff that pointed me in this direction. And then back when COVID started, and we could no longer meet in person, my guides, let's see, what am I forgetting? I guess that's everything. No, yes. My guides prompted me to start doing these videos so that we could share, especially in a time of such unprecedented craziness and confusion, to give people a sense of stability, something they could count on, or whatever, however you want to say that. And to give people at least, you know, an hour or so in their week when they could just drop the rest of the world, just take the world off their shoulders, take a deep breath, connect to spirit before going back into the fray. So I've been doing these weekly since then. Well, I did stop for a little bit and I went to doing it monthly, but all the signs pointed toward me going back to doing it weekly. And the truth is, whether you are here or not, I would be doing these anyway. But I've said before, there's such a different, I don't want to say more powerful, but just powerful in a different way when there's a bunch of us together doing ceremony. And I appreciate everyone who tunes in, whether you're here live or on repeat. And I need to change out my tobacco. So what's cool about this is, so I've got a whole brand new pouch of tobacco, organic tobacco to use in my pipe. And so I put the new pouch into my pouch, my carrying pouch. And then I pour the remnants of the old tobacco into the new tobacco. And the reason for that, kind of like passing on the torch. It's kind of like if you've worked with sacred water, and if you have water, say from Bridget's Well in Ireland, or from some sacred lake or river, the Ganges River or whatever, if you take a drop of that water, if you have like a big bowl of water and you take a drop of water from Bridget's well, you drop it into that bowl, that entire bowl. It's kind of like homeopathy? Something like whatever that homeopathy. That's not right, but like just that drop is the seed that makes that entire bowl water from Bridget's well. And it's the same with the tobacco. As I put the old tobacco in here, this tobacco has been with me for 5 years or whatever it's been. And the tobacco, it's like cumulatively soaking in energy and power from all the ceremonies that I do, just by being present. And when I first started, my teacher, the woman that taught me the pipe and basically initiated me into being a pipe carrier, she took a pinch of tobacco out of her pouch and she put it into mine, effectively bringing to the tobacco I use the unbroken legacy of her teacher and her teacher's teacher and her teacher's teacher's teacher and all the way back, so that this tobacco carries that energy of that long line passed from teacher to teacher to teacher. And so when I put the old tobacco into the new tobacco, it basically shares that energy and that power from all those cumulative ceremonies into the new tobacco. So it's very powerful. All right, so first thing we're going to do, the same thing we do every night. I am going to drum in safe and sacred space. No matter where you are, no matter when you're watching this, when I create that sacred space, you are included in that sacred space. Because time and space are an illusion, right? And what that sacred space does is creates an energetic container. Rather than being something to protect us from all that stuff out there, it's more of a focus. It gives us a container within it which to focus our intentions. And with the spirits holding that container of high vibration, light, and love around us, that means that we can take our own armor off. We can let down our guard. We can stand down and allow ourselves to open our hearts. We don't have to be protected, right? And so we can open our hearts to receive the blessings coming to us from Spirit. Because those higher vibration of the spirits holding around us, that keeps anything of a lower frequency from getting into us. And so this is how I do it. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. feel it? Can you feel yourself able to breathe a little bit easier? That's energy work. All right, so for anyone, let me take another drink. For anyone who is new to this, who's like, what the hell are we doing? This is the sacred pipe. The original pipe came to the Lakota people 19 generations ago from White Buffalo Cap Woman. And she appeared in a time of upheaval and conflict. And it just, as we call it in the old Westerns, the peace pipe, it is about unifying. The stem is the divine masculine, and the bowl is the divine feminine. So when we put them together, when we unify those energies, it's like all of creation. And it's unifying all of life, all of the cosmos. The masculine principle and the feminine principle. The light and the dark. The hard and the soft. All of the different, whatever duality you can think of, it makes it one. And it basically opens, it awakens the spirit of my pipe, and it opens a channel straight to Creator. Because like I said, like that, it's like all of the cosmos in our hands. And like my teacher says, in shamanism, there is no such thing as symbols. Things are exactly what you say they are. And so it's not just a symbol of holding the cosmos in our hands. When we put the pipe together, this is the cosmos in our hands. I'm trying not to get into a tangent on quantum physics and the universe as a hologram, but so it's just really powerful. And to the Lakota people who were nomadic, this was church. This was a mobile altar that they could bring with them anywhere. And so it is one of the most sacred items on the face of the earth. It is a way of life, and it is, like I said, it is the most sacred ceremony that I know of. And I've been around the block when it comes to ceremony. So, let's see. So that's the pipe in general. And the way what the ceremony itself is going to look like, just to give you an idea so you can kind of follow along. The first thing I'm going to do is light some sage. And include some sweetgrass. I love that. Sweetgrass is said to be the love of Mother Earth reaching up to her children. And we can always use a little more love, right? So I'm going to light some sage and sweetgrass. I'm going to use that to smudge everything on my altar here. And then I'm going to take my pipe and say a prayer asking permission to smoke in this place at this time. And assuming that the answer is yes, I will put the pipe together. And then I'm going to put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl. And that part I do out loud. So you'll hear me offering it to different beings, spirits, etc. That part you'll hear out loud. And once I have the 4 pinches in the bowl, White Buffalo Cap Woman, who I mentioned earlier, the one who brought the pipe, has been one of my spirit guides for like 15 years now. And she, when I started doing these videos, she asked me to, she gave me a song. She gifted me a song to sing before each ceremony that I facilitate. And so I will sing that song at that point. Then I will light the pipe, and then I will offer it to the four directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, in a circle to all our relations, each time blowing a smoke blessing to that direction or whatever, and then straight up to Creator. And then I will pause for a moment with the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart for a moment of silent prayer. Then I'll come back, and if I need to, I will relight the pipe. And then the first thing I'm going to do once I relight the pipe is I'm going to take a big puff of smoke and I'm going to blow it straight at my camera. And that is the time when you pray your biggest, bestest prayers, when you set your biggest, bestest intentions. Because that smoke is a blessing coming from my heart through the smoke, through the tobacco smoke, through the camera, and then the magic of the holographic universe and the internet travels out, whatever device you're watching this, to your heart and carries your prayers straight to Great Spirit. So then I will continue to blow breath blessings for different intentions of my own, to some of my own spirit guides, etc. Maybe occasionally pausing for silent meditation, go back to blowing breath blessings, and then when it feels complete, I will offer another prayer, and I will sing a song, and I will take the pipe apart. And that will be the end of the ceremony apart. Then I have a tendency to talk after that, whatever messages my guides want me to speak of or whatever, so you can stick around afterwards for that. And usually finish within an hour's time, so not like I'm going to keep you here for hours and hours and hours, but I always appreciate the people that stay through for the whole thing. I just appreciate when people watch this, that it means a lot to me, and you can watch this over and over again. Every time you watch it is just as vital as when I'm doing it live. And so, and when even if you're watching this years from now, your energy, we just set sacred space. We're between the worlds. We are beyond the illusion of space and time. So if you are watching this in the future, your energy is actually right here, right now, and is a vital ingredient to what happens tonight. In the ceremony, what I end up saying, it depends on who's watching. You know, my guides will like bring different words through my mouth or whatever, depending on who is listening. So it's that receptivity that opens the door for that giving. So anyway, I think that's it in a nutshell. So I'm going to go ahead and light some sage and sweetgrass. Let's see how I open that. I like to light it from my candle, pretending I'm lighting it from our virtual campfire that you might be able to hear in the background. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Grandmother, grandfather eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tuwabin, Shanadisi, Majikiwis, and Waboose. There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo Catwoman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane. Bayama Okene, Bayama Okene. Yo. Ah. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We thank you for our lives. We thank you for our guidance. We thank you for that spark within us that no darkness can extinguish. We thank you for who we have been, for who we have become, and for who we are becoming. Aho. Ihi-la-ihi-o, 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 Now. Oofta. Wow. You know, it's kind of like I was just talking today. I did a soul retrieval for a client. And every time I do a soul retrieval, it is so different and it is so powerful. Like, it feels like each one is more powerful than the last one. But it's like, because each person is unique, because people have, each individual client has different soul parts lost in different situations. For those of you who don't know what soul retrieval is, I'll give a quick explanation. So, as we're going through life, we experience a trauma. It can be like an accident, it could be an illness, it could be a toxic relationship, a divorce, all different things that can cause part of our soul to split off to preserve itself. It's a natural self-defense mechanism. And in an ideal world, those parts find their way back. But it's like dissociation. It's like going into shock after an accident, so that or during an accident, so you don't experience the full brunt of impact, that kind of thing. And sometimes those parts don't find their way back on their own, and they need a little help. And so that's where I come in. And I have one of my spirit guides, a salmon, that helps me find people's soul parts and bring them back. And so what it does, if you've ever said, I just haven't felt myself since X happened, or you just haven't been feeling yourself, or you feel like a lack of presence, or different things like that. Part of when we feel incomplete, or we don't feel confident, or we don't feel in our power, like we know we're more powerful, or we know we're better than we think we are, but it's like there's a stumbling block, and part of that is because there's a soul part missing. And with that, I always think of it as one of those rickety Indiana Jones type bridges, right? And I'm standing on the bridge, and for me to stand full square in my power, I would have to have my feet at certain places. Well, the wooden slat for that is gone. So my weight is shifted over, so I'm off center. And so I don't, it just sets me up to be more wobbly, to be more vulnerable. And so what a soul retrieval basically does is puts that slat back, brings in more of your wholeness, so you can stand full square, so that, number one, some of your issues will just disappear, because just being in your power, certain things that were issues before just are no longer a thing. And other things that come in, it doesn't necessarily, it's not like a magic pill that just, boom, takes care of everything, but it gives you the wholeness to stand in your power, to face your challenges, to face whatever stuff is coming at you. And it's probably the most powerful healing that I know of. And I feel so privileged in order to do that, to actually hold people. I literally hold people's souls in my hands, which is just one of the greatest honors I can't even imagine. So it is sacred work. It is working on bringing people a remembrance of their spiritual wholeness. But anyway, so I did a soul retrieval for someone today, and it was amazing. And it's like every time I go into one, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just like, okay, here we go, another soul retrieval, but it's never just another soul retrieval, because each one is so powerful and unique. And the stories that come through, and the guidance that comes through, and the soul parts, the strength and the energy and the love and the light that come back to people is amazing. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's the same with the pipe ceremony. Like, it is not routine in any manner. Every time I do pipe ceremony, each ceremony is totally unique, totally different. Totally different guidance comes in, totally different energy depending on who is watching, and that energy that you contribute. You might think you're just passively watching this. You're not. You are a participant. Your energy, by watching this, changes the energy. Just like they've shown in science, it's the perception changes the outcome of an experiment. And so just your perception of this actually changes the ceremony. And so depending on who's watching, depending on what, like the even the phase of the moon. We're coming into the full moon, the different rhythms of the earth, different seasons, the different personal seasons of each person. You know, we all go through our own personal summers and winters, and so every single pipe ceremony is unique and different. They are never routine. I never know what to expect. And so it's like I always, if you've been watching these videos for any time, it's like every time we finish, I'm just like, oofda. It's like, holy crap, that was powerful. And it's not just this, you know, wow, like, as if it were all the same. It's more of like, holy crap, that was amazing, that was different. It's being present in the moment and open to receiving the energies and the blessings that are coming to us in this moment. All the other pipe ceremonies that I've done, especially the ones I haven't recorded, you know, they happen in their own time for their own purposes, with their own guidance. Each of the videos that I post on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel happen at different times. And it might be that if you're watching this like a year from now or whatever, your energy at that time resonates with what's going on in this moment of my time of presenting this ceremony. It's all about timing. It's all about divine timing. Things unfolding when they need to for different people. And because we're in between the world, between space and time, this moment is eternal and you can tap into it anytime. And if you're watching this after the fact, you are still part of this moment's energy, affecting what happens here. And so for that, I thank you. Because one of the things that I have personally been learning more and more recently is how much of the spiritual path we tend to be consumers, right? It's like we're constantly buying things and needing things, and, you know, in our outside world, in our day-to-day life, but we also tend to bring that consumerism into our spiritual life. Like, I need that crystal, and I need that book, and I need this ceremony, and I need this information. But true spiritual growth is not about acquiring information. The spiritual path is not about information, about receiving information. It's about the relationship to spirit, to nature, to the world, to the cosmos. In the same way, the ceremony, whatever you get out of this ceremony is special and unique to you, because it's your relation to this pipe tradition that has passed down for 19 generations. And it's your relationship. If you resonate with it, that means you're connected to it. That means that there is a relationship there. And that relationship is the gold. It's not about acquiring information or techniques or how to do things, what to do. It's about learning to connect and to relate to your ancestors, learning to relate to the same guidance your ancestors had to create these amazing techniques and traditions. That same inspiration is available to us right now. It is a living, breathing, organic, evolving thing. And it's just as alive right now as it was for our ancestors. And so rather than taking the information from our ancestors passed down through the traditions, more valuable is learning how to tap into that wisdom as our ancestors did. Using traditions, honoring the ancestors and the elders, and using that framework to find our own way to connect to the source of life, because it is alive within you. When we start to follow traditions blindly, they can still be powerful, they can still be life-changing, but we're cutting out part of the amazing powerfulness that is possible because we're only taking in what's already been given, right? Does that make sense? So by using these techniques and these traditions to tap in ourselves to that original wisdom, that is how we become empowered. You don't need anything. This is all tools. The real power is within you. You are already divine. You are already whole. And all the wisdom of the universe is available to you. These things just help us to tap into it. But the tapping into it and opening up, allowing that wisdom to come through, to build upon the traditions that have been handed down, to evolve the traditions that have been handed down so that they are meaningful to us, so that we can relate to them, right? So that is why we pray at one part. I pray to all our relations, right? Because everything in the universe we are connected to, we are related to. So all my relations, all our relations is connecting to all things. Sometimes I'll say all living things, and when I say that, I mean all things, because everything is alive. Everything has spirit, and we are spirit. And so if that's spirit and we are spirit, we are related. No matter what it is, if you can name it, it's a spirit, it has a consciousness, it has a message. And so it's about, rather than consume, give me my message, what does this mean for me, what is this, how do I use this, it's creating that relationship with spirit, learning from spirit rather than learning about spirit, learning from the trees rather than learning about the trees. And it's such a different depth. There's so much more depth there available to us when we let go of the structures, when we let go of the traditions. You know, the scaffolding is there to help us build our building, but the true, it's like in Taoism, it's like the usefulness of a bowl is the emptiness within it. The usefulness of tradition is the stillness, the emptiness within it, to find ourselves connecting to Creator, to Spirit. So we literally are one. You are literally one with me. I am literally one with you. We are just two different perspectives of the same source energy, right? So I thank you for being present. I thank you for watching, for being my relation. I guess that is what I have to say tonight. So thank you for listening. I hope this was meaningful for you. I hope it helped you. I hope you feel more empowered now. And know that I am available to, my job is to support you on your journey. Not to tell you how to do things or the way, the truth of whatever it is, My job is to support you in discovering your own connection, your own relation to spirit, to find your own path. And so you can visit my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, and you can look and see all the different shamanic services I offer, readings and healings and classes, mentoring, different things like that, if any of those resonate with you. And I will share this video to my Facebook page, and I will also, I mentioned I have a Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel that I will upload this to, and I've got like 3 years worth of these videos. So if you ever need a piece of centering, a piece of stillness, a time to breathe and to connect to spirit, that is a free resource available to you. Just pick one, and it will be exactly the right one to connect to spirit. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, because that helps the algorithms apparently, so I get more people aware of me. I like to share the love, to share the message, to be the reflection to people of what is possible, what is true. Okay, so thank you for listening. I will be here again next week, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I might be doing something this Sunday. This Sunday is Easter Sunday, and so the store where I normally lead a Sunday pipe ceremony is going to be closed, but I might still do one outside somewhere. It just feels weird not to do pipe ceremony on a Sunday. So pay attention, watch my events on my Facebook page and stuff. I will post it there, whatever I decide to do. It might be in person in a park, or it might be just another video, but you keep your eyes open for that. And I think that's it for right now. So thank you so much again for your presence. Thank you for being here. Let me release our sacred space, release the spirits that have so lovingly held space for us. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Oh. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you a reason and an excuse to breathe and let go of the world. Join me again next week. Invite your friends. Share this video if you know someone who it may be helpful for. You can even just tag them in the comments or share it to someone's page. Share it to your own page or whatever. And until I see you next time, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. Bye, everybody.